Oh.
What do you call a cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese!
Anyway, that was our stream for today, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week when
Did you hear about the cheesy weather forecast?
No, I didn't. Please tell me.
Rain with light breeze.
Oh!
Terrible.
It does sound like the forecast for tomorrow.
Actually, it does. Anyway, wow. This is fun.
Hey, did you hear about that cheese that saved a child from the bear?
What?
It was great.
Oh, God.
My
That was my least favorite one so far. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're here. We don't have cheese, which is why we're making all of these cheese puns. I apologize profusely.
Do you?
Well, kind of, but I also was going to try to make a cheese pun there and nothing came to mind. So I'm as guilty as all of you. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing good. I hope you all had a good week. We're going to go ahead without cheese anyway, and we're going to see how it goes. Probably all going to die. It's going to be great. Also, thank you, Darth, for the sub right off the bat. And okay. So I guess we'll just get into it. So last week we left off with our heroes having escaped from the, well, escaped is not the right word. You left the chapel where Mwanza found a cool new sword that he uses to explode undead things. You flew over the mountain. You had several random encounters when you were resting. Sorry, Micah. You found a cool wolf. We interacted, I guess, with a lovely gentleman who was traveling down the road on a flaming horse and escaped from him into a pocket dimension, which is pretty cool. I liked that. And then we traveled the rest of the way down the road and made it to the camp where all of the villagers, or all the citizens, I guess, of Sternshield Barony, the Greater, are gathering and preparing to evacuate the barony as the forces of Bane are taking it over. And that is where we're going to pick up today. And I just realized I hit The Witcher instead of Skyrim, so I guess it's okay because Skyrim's kind of cheeses thing anyway.
The Witcher's my thing.
Oh, well, that's perfect. I mean, Skyrim is also my thing, but The Witcher, I have not played The Witcher. It's going to happen at some point.
At all? Like ever?
No, because I had it in my head that I had to play the first two to play the third one.
No.
Which everyone tells me, and then I'm still like, well, I do, though.
No, just play the third one.
Yeah, but I need to play these two to know what's going on in the story.
Nope. Makes no difference. Just play the third one.
Yeah, but then how am I going to know I'm the actual Witcher if I don't play the other two?
Yeah, I'm going to not have the Witcher's memories, which means then I won't be the real Witcher. Also, I got I tried to play it once. I got the Henry Cavill Witcher mod, which made it like perfect. But then for some reason, I just never finished it. But they do have a really, like, if you want, they have an amazing Henry Cavill Witcher mod that, you know, turns you into Henry Cavill. Anyway, okay, so that is where we left off last time. Before I jump in, any questions, comments from the rest of the crew here?
What?
Have you ever had a, have you ever
Who did cheesemakers dance to on Halloween?
Mahoganies? I don't know. That's not
wood.
cheese.
Monster mash.
Actually, it's a clam I was going with.
Oh, yep, that makes sense. I feel like I should have known that. You know, that's the one thing I hate about puns is like every time somebody makes one of those jokes, I always feel like I should have known it, and then I feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
My wife asked me one the other day about like a bee And I don't remember what the joke was, but I just remember sitting there and thinking, my God, a 5-year-old could have known the answer to that question.
And then your daughter walks up, you ask her, and she gives it to you.
Yeah, she probably did know it. I mean, she's 3, so still pretty impressive. Anyway, all right. So let's get to it. So to set the scene, we have some of our wonderful James RPG art. Check him out on Patreon at James's RPG Art.
Oh, I should be in the thing. I'm still looking at cheese jokes.
Why are you so cheesy? Also, apologize for the lack of a camera over here. I apparently need to make it a little more dynamic so there's not just a hole there when somebody's missing. But
Motion can't sit with it.
I'm on my own. There's no cheese here beside me.
All right.
the cheese does stand alone.
No, we're not alchemy, right?
No.
How long have you been playing here?
He switched, man. Now we're Forge, right?
We only switched like 3 times in one arc.
I hit launch and nothing happens.
Oh boy.
I think I'm on the wrong program. All right, maybe I'm in the wrong one still.
I can only access it through this one link that Cheese shared with me
See, I thought
like
I had the link, or we
3
had it
weeks
pinned.
ago. Well,
And I'm
here.
not seeing it.
While we are
I think I found it,
connecting to the
I found it in
VTT,
pins. I found it.
just so everyone in the chat knows, we are currently not able to show the dice on the stream. I actually chatted with the developers of the dice program that we're using, and it turns out that their streamer mode is borked. So they will be implementing a patch over the weekend to fix it, and hopefully we will have the dice on stream for next session. But for now, we will just have to tell you what we get.
So,
Unfortunately.
there we go.
Okay, so to set the scene, you guys are walking down the street. It is the daytime at this point. And you're walking up to this gate. There are camps, tents upon tents upon tents. Thousands of people are gathered here. There's one large tent kind of like off to the side next to the gatehouse, which you would recognize as the tent where Frederick is going to be, who you're meeting with. Frederick is the current Baron after the death of his uncle Lionel de Fortemps. So you're looking for Frederick. Motion had a conversation with him when you flew over there with Menry the other day, and that is where we will pick it up. And I think we're all in now. Yes.
All right. So we're walking towards this camp.
Yes, you're just on the outskirts right now. You have you can kind of pick up like a very solemn attitude from the people that are inside. They're moving slowly, just kind of going about whatever tasks they have to attend to, not doing much else, really just kind of sitting around looking sad. I mean, they're all abandoning their homes. Makes sense.
As we approach, I'm gonna stop and look over at Menry and kind of like look up at not Micah, Maddie, and ask her, how did they react when you ran into him last time with him? And just kind of like pet him on the side of the head a little bit, like behind where his ear hole probably is.
Hey, we're good. I think there was a lot more going on than a Drake landing. So,
That's fair.
All right.
You know, giant worms and dead people.
All right. Let's go then. Then I'm gonna telepathically tell Menry, saying if for some reason they act hostile to you and try to hurt you, please just fly away from here and don't try fighting them as we walk.
All right. And as you walk, nobody really has much of a reaction to Menry. The fact that you are riding Menry, I think, puts a lot of people. Well, not I think, it does put a lot of people at ease. So some people have like an initial shock to seeing it, but then they see the group of you kind of pulling it along. Maddie sitting on top. They just kind of dismiss it and move about their lives. So you walk up, and it's a good like half mile of tents all the way up here. But by the time you get to the large tent, which is the Baron's tent, you can hear some conversation going on inside. You can't exactly make out what they're saying, but there are a good number of people in there, probably about 8 or 9, having a lively discussion about what the rest of the people here should do.
I'm gonna go walk up to the tent, and are there guards outside or anything?
There are.
All right. Guess I'm gonna walk up and greet them and ask for entry.
All right. Hang on one second. All right. So as you walk up, the 2 guards outside of the tent are actually former colleagues of yours from Lakeside, and they recognize you and they say, "Oh, Mwanza, glad to see that you made it back. How have
Long time
things,
no see.
How have things been? Were you able to at least stop the Darkwalker problem? Not that it matters anymore."
Oh, that drug is that was the name of the drug, right?
That was the name of the group that was creating it and distributing it.
They should be long done now. And if they're not, I'm sure they'll be finished off in short order.
Yeah, well, I guess that's one good thing to come from this.
That's for certain.
And the other one kind of perks up and he looks at you and he says, "I had family in Deadham. Did you see any of them?"
There was a few survivors, but unfortunately we weren't able to meet up with them. So unfortunately, I don't know, sadly, their current whereabouts or if they're alive still.
He just kind of nods and he says, "Yeah. I asked Arik if I could go check on them, but
The
made
city
a point.
is lost up there.
Yeah, that's what I heard." He made a good point that I guess it's probably more important that I stay here.
Here, at least you can protect those that we know are still standing and alive.
I'm gonna hold out hope, though.
So am I. In her name.
Yeah. And then he just kind of like claps his chest, and then they both kind of usher you in towards the tent.
Okay.
Is this also
Kinda...
where we were gonna meet the blacksmith and Yorgiv?
Powder and Yorgiv, yeah, they were heading here, although you haven't seen them yet.
My hope is we'll run into them, and maybe they might have had a few other survivors they found along the way.
Okay, I'm good to go in here and talk to this guy first, and then look for them and see if they made it.
Okay. So you guys head in. Maddie, what are you going to do with Menry?
Are you telling me he can't fit in the tent?
Yeah, why can't he come with us?
The tent's a
I
little
can
small.
see him just popping his head in to the tent after she walks in.
I'm gonna tell him to stay outside the tent. Kind of like lay down and be a good boy.
Okay.
Like,
I'm gonna also look at the guards. Say, do me a favor and make sure no one bothers our friend here, please, and point over to Menry.
Yeah, of course. And they both look at each other nervously, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that thing. But they don't say that. One of them starts to kind of rummage around in his pockets and finds like a small piece of meat jerky and tosses it over.
See, they're nice.
Pat him on the shoulder, say, "That's how you make a friend."
Yeah,
It's true.
uh,
That's
well,
how I make friends. You
hopefully
feed me, now we're friends.
Mm-hmm.
they are nervous about it, you can tell, but they feel a little reassured, having kind of a reassurance from you guys. All right, so you walk into the tent. You feel like a warmth coming over you as you walk in, and there's this smell of incense. It's richly decorated. There's nice carpets and pillows and things like that. Like, it's not like any kind of peasant tent, you know. There's a large group of people.
Hello?
I guess. What?
You said there's a large group, then it just cut off.
It cut off because I cut myself off because I couldn't think of the word.
Okay.
There's a lot of attendants, I guess, that are, you know, working with the Baron to make this a nice tent. My point is, it's a lavish tent. So you walk in, and there are a number of people. Frederick, who is a human with blonde hair, kind of looks nice. Your stereotypical main character. And then you have a larger kind of... Let me think of how to describe this person. A larger, paler kind of guy with gray hair, shaved on the sides and like slicked off to one side, very like squared. And then a small frog person who actually Maddie and Micah would recognize. And in fact, Wanza, go ahead and roll a dice. Roll a d20. Just tell me what you get.
I was gonna
Roll
say
a
any
dice.
dice.
You roll a dice.
Oops, I got Discord open. Hang on. Where is
Not
the
in
dice
Discord.
screen? D20, roll a... Why do I keep getting failed errors? I rolled a mighty 6.
You rolled a mighty 6. Okay, so you have a vague recollection of seeing this person, but you don't interact a whole lot with the farmers. Usually they just kind of pass, they come in and sell or drop off what they need to, and then they go back. This one you wouldn't see a whole lot of, but then the last one is Frank, the dwarf alchemist that you had worked with previously to figure out what was going on with that the guy with the blue eyes in the first session. So they are all around the table, as well as a couple of other advisors, Arik, and 2 other guards from your company, Wanza. And they're poring over a map in the center, kind of scrawled image of the area outside of this, on the other side of this wall. And they have like a quill, and they're making marks on it. You overhear a bit of a conversation about, you know, them trying to figure out where enemy bases are, but they're having a hard time with it.
Is there like a couch or something in here, or is
Yes.
it just like pillows on the floor? Or
There's some kind of travelable furniture, I'll say. So not like a couch, but probably a frame of something with some pillows on it that would act as a couch.
okay, so they don't know that we're in here yet. Like they haven't noticed us.
No, you've walked in through like the main entrance, but they're kind of working on what they're used to people coming and going, so they haven't really turned to notice you guys yet. They're just kind of still going about their thing.
Okay,
Your presence is known, but they're not addressing you yet.
Micah's just gonna flop on the couch and put her feet up and be like, "Oh, this is nice."
All right, roll a. What kind of check do we want to use for this?
Is it to make sure I don't slide off the couch? Like, what are
No.
you rolling for?
No.
Roll the Riz,
Yeah.
as the kids would say.
Roll just a charisma check.
Riz.
Biz.
Okay.
And we'll put this together. Sometimes I
11.
just like calling for the checks and then seeing what the die roll is and then judging like, all right, that's about in the range I was thinking.
I got an 11.
All right. Why is it only showing me my own rolls?
That's all you deserve.
Wow. All right, dude. So you got an 11. So you sit down on the couch. They don't really notice you come in and sit down on the couch. You put your feet up, and they're all a little bit like a couple of them kind of glance over at you, but they don't really make much of a fuss about it.
Okay, I'm just gonna get comfortable.
I'm gonna walk up to this map and lean over and kind of go, looks like you guys need someone to scout those areas.
So when you do that, Arik looks at you specifically and says, Wanza, it's I'm glad that you made it. Yeah, we've had a bit of a problem with scouts, actually. Good of you to notice. Although I don't know if you're necessarily the scouting type. No offense.
Like, well, we might be able to assist you with that if you want to take a peek outside the tent.
Yeah. We have some scouts who are looking into this, but
Why don't we take a peek outside the tent, and then maybe you might like what we have to help with scouting.
yeah, all right. So he follows you, and the rest of them look up and they notice you. They don't really have an opportunity to throw in any other conversation yet, so they don't say much. They continue kind of going back to their map, and from what you can see on the map, they seem to be drawing in points of interest around the front of the gatehouse. Like there's a couple of little circles that you can see dotting the landscape, all within probably what would be 10 to 15 miles of the gate itself. So you walk out with Arik, and there you go. You walk out with Arik. What are you doing?
I look over to Menry and say, I think we can assist you with aerial views to help find it.
Oh, wow. How does he react to this?
I won't be the one riding him, though, because I kind of weigh him down. But
yeah, well, that would certainly be helpful. So, I'll let Frederick fill you in a little bit more on the details here, but the unfortunate thing is we seem to have lost most of the scouting records for the planes in the attack. So we don't really know where the enemies are or their movements.
Do you have an... Actually, I'm going to walk back in and pop my head into the tent and look over at Micah and Maddie and be like, can I have you two come out here, please? If you don't mind. I know you're comfy, but...
Micah's gonna grumble.
Outside.
She's gonna grumble, but she's gonna get up and walk outside.
I just follow suit.
All right.
So I'll say, I don't remember if you remember them, but I'll reintroduce them and kind of say, I think they should be able to handle the scouting together unless you have someone you'd prefer. But one of them has to go with Menry, preferably Maddie, since she can speak to him.
All right. So he addresses both of you with a nod and he says, yeah, that would probably be very helpful for us. We do need to move quickly, though. I don't know how long we have until the forces of Bane find us, but I assume that an arrow drake here would be probably the the quickest way we could go about this.
Probably.
We don't have a
Yeah,
lot of
sure.
scouts. They're reporting back as much as they can, but it takes time to travel out on foot, especially.
They'll probably all be coming back once you see him flying overhead, thinking it's a wild drake in the sky.
And as you are talking, by the way, one or two other cloaked people walk into the tent.
Do they have anything I recognize in symbols or anything?
Roll an investigation.
Investigation check. Roll 10.
I'm gonna refresh. I don't know if it's gonna do it for everybody else.
I keep getting like an error popping up on my screen.
Yeah, because it's not visually rolling them. I think that's what it's getting an error.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's not visually rolling them?
Yeah, I'm not
No,
getting the dice
mine
today.
gives me request failed with status code 403, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Okay, I was getting that too on my other one. I thought that was just because. Okay, I'll work on that later. Well, anyway. So, okay.
I'm 10.
I'll ask about that in the Discord too. So, where was I? I'll just sit here. So you don't recognize them. They're not people that you've seen before.
All right.
So they've gone into the tent now at this point?
Yes.
Can I just like poke my head back in the tent and see what they're doing?
Yeah, so they walk up to the table where the map is, and they're pointing at different locations on the map. And as they do, Frederick is with his quill just sketching out and adding things to the map. So you get a pretty good idea that they're some of the scouts that they were talking about.
Okay.
So
I'll just
can we get
lean back out of the tent and be like, those are scouts, guy.
they're about to learn what it means to be a real scout soon.
Not from me.
Do you have a map they can take with them, I guess, to mark locations on?
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
No, we only have the one map. We've had it drop by hand. Like I said, when the keep was destroyed, we lost all of the scouting records. So there isn't a whole lot.
I still have a map, right? Because I drew one when we were in the temple or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's actually one of the only maps available of the greater area. So
The question, do I want to share this map with them? Or should we keep the map?
you could
For
sketch
ourselves.
another copy of it just to mark up with locations.
Okay, I would
could probably
do.
just go
I'm
sketch up.
assuming Maddie is the one that's gonna ride Menra to scout.
I assume the both of you would go together.
I tell you what, we're gonna sketch a second copy so that whoever's here has one, and then whoever goes on Menry also has one. With multiple copies.
That's a good idea.
So Michael wants to relax on the couch after that, and we'll send a different scout with Maddie.
No, I'll scout with Maddie. I just think that maybe someone here should have a map in case they discover anything while we're going scouting.
That works.
All right, so you walk back and you borrow some charcoal and some paper, and or actually Arik would bring that to you probably. And you sketch out a couple of copies of this map. And it takes you, like 10 minutes. They're pretty rough sketches, but they give you an idea of the landscape and the area around.
Nice.
All right, cool. Do we want to scout now, or do we want to try and find Yorgiv first?
I'll look for him as you two scout.
Okay. I'm good with that.
All right. So in that case, why don't we do the scouting party first, and then we'll kind of skip back to Mwanza.
One.
Okay.
Okay. So the two of you jump onto the back of Menray. I'm assuming, you know what? I'm not going to take your spot here. So you guys tell me what you want to do.
I think we should hop on the back of Menry.
I would agree. I concur. And then just take off, I guess.
Did we get like a general?
Oh yeah, what direction should we go in?
Over the giant wall we're by. And start looking for like encampments of like large troops of like campings of like barbarian type people.
Okay. Alright, we'll just take to the sky and.
I'm gonna pop the map up. I don't know if it'll pop up. For some reason, it doesn't want to pop up on the stream. There it is. So the area, kind of right by the S in Stern Shield that no one on stream can see. Excuse me while I pop it up 15 times. So just west of the S in Stern Shield is where you guys are exiting the area here. So it's currently, it's not actually icy right now, but it is still pretty cold. And let me change scenes here. And there's no actual reason I'm changing the music, in case you're wondering. I just figured I'd keep it interesting.
That's what all DMs say. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
I didn't
It's fine.
do that.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Don't worry. Don't ignore the ominous music that's starting to play.
It's
Your
just
lives are not in danger.
Skyrim. Okay. So we get to the hills. And so this is the area outside. It's a little, there's like patches of snow around. It's cold, but it's not like frozen over or anything. Not like the Dead Ham area is. So you keep your flight to, well, how far do you want to fly out and kind of search around?
About how fast does Menry fly?
Menry can fly. Geez, that's an interesting question that I'd never thought of.
I mean, he did pretty good speed going across that mountain range, carrying us back and forth.
Yeah, we're not in combat. Why am I hitting that button? He can probably fly about quadruple the speed that you can walk. So if you can walk, I think it's like 10 or 15 miles in a day. Let's say he can do like 40
In a day.
in a day. So if you're going to be gone for a couple of hours, you could probably go out, you could probably go out like 10 miles and circle back.
Okay. Yeah, I think probably just going out 10 miles, seeing what we can see, and then circling back is a good idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
So you head out and you start. Do you want to start south and then go north, or north and then go south?
North and then south.
Okay.
Top to bottom.
So I need 2 perception checks from both of you.
2 each?
2 each, yes.
Okay. First one is a 21.
Okay.
Nice.
I also got a 21.
Okay.
Second one is an
Here
18.
we see.
My second one is an 11.
Oh, I was gonna say it'd be hilarious if you also got an 18.
Well, no, then I'd be worried about the system.
Rolling the same dice. So, okay, so you guys, you go south and then go north, right? Or am I going
Yeah.
opposite?
North and then south.
North.
You go north
south.
and then south, right? Obviously, that's what I said. So you go north, and as you kind of like go up the mountain, near the mountain range that separates stern shield from the wild plains, but you are out on the side of the plains. And this is kind of a big moment for you guys because you are the first people from Stern Shield that have ventured outside of Stern Shield barony in over 300 years.
Go us.
Yeah,
We're special.
this is pretty big.
Look
Well,
at
other
us.
than a few scouts.
No, we're better.
They don't count. We're the
Yeah,
first
no,
one.
they're dumb.
We're on a Drake.
Yeah, they were too dumb to take drakes. They walked. So
Imagine.
A lot of them died.
Just make sure that we go at least an extra mile more than they ever did.
Exactly.
almost all of the scouts who have gone out here to, map and take stock of the land and keep track of the barbarians out here, almost all of them are dead. And it has nothing to do with
Oh.
them, being over the course of like 350 years. It's
Yeah,
just,
well, if
Well,
they
we're alive.
died, it doesn't count.
Sounds
So-
like the scouts from Attack on Titan. They go past
Failures.
the wall and they die.
Okay, so you guys are heading up this mountain, kind of along this mountain range, just to keep track of where you are. And then you start heading out further, curve back around, go down, and head back up. And on your travels, you see like the hills are kind of like this, bigger hills coming away from the mountain, and then it slopes down into a more level plain with rivers and some light trees, a lot of just open plains. And in these areas you find a couple of different larger camps of barbarians, as well as some tribes kind of moving around, like more nomadic. There are notably 2 camps up to the north and 3 down towards the south. The 2 up to the north are slightly smaller, but they are, with your rolls, you're able to see that they have like some large creatures. You can't tell exactly what they are, but they are keeping some pets. And the southern ones seem to be more not nomadic, but it's more people, or more like humanoid forms. They don't have any large animals, and they seem to be kind of more tightly packed and lighter, so that they could move their camps easier. The ones in the northern area are a little more like stuck in, and that's what you see on your scouting trip.
Okay. I, first of all, want to mark these locations on the map.
Yes,
Uh,
of course. So I'm assuming Maddie is doing the flying and Micah is doing the drawing, the marking.
I assumed that Maddie would be sitting in the front because she's smaller, and then I
Yeah.
just have this map like spread across her back where I'm marking where
That works.
everything is.
Okay.
I like it.
Perfect. All right.
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Can I tell roughly how many people are in these camps?
You could have, you have a rough estimate. The larger camps to the south have probably about 30 to 50 people.
Okay.
There are more kind of on the outskirts, but the camps themselves have about 30 to 40 people. Those the people in the camps are more like the military, like raiders and things like that. The outskirts are kind of the families and stuff like that. And they do have
so
like
they're
some
decently sized.
yeah, they're pretty big. The ones up north have kind of smaller camps, but they do have more people around the outside.
Okay, so we'll just estimate like 50 people per camp.
Yeah, probably like 50 to 75 for the lower camps, and then like 30 to 50 for the upper camps.
Okay, I'll just like write those little numbers next to each little mark for them.
Okay.
That's all we were looking for, right? Was just camps and their locations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spot anything else?
I don't know why I'm answering that. That's not up to me. Ignore me.
But I don't see anything else interesting with my 21 and my 18.
Like I said, you see some groups kind of roaming around the fields. There are some animals and things like that. But like structures of note, no. Nothing that,
Okay.
would make a whole lot of sense to mark on a map.
Okay, I think I'm good to head back then if you are, Maddie.
Yep. So I tell Menry to head back to the wall.
Making
Alright.
a U-turn.
We're turning this dragon around.
Don't make me turn this dragon around.
So you guys are doing that, and while you are on your way back, we're going to go back to Mwanza. So Mwanza, you are looking for Powder and Yorgiv. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
I'm going to clarify. I'm looking for the glow buns. They just happen to be with them, so I'm using them as the reference.
That's fair enough. They're going to be easier to find.
You said
so-
investigation?
I did.
What did I roll? An AF. Wow. Okay.
It's so weird to me that it's not showing me anybody else's rolls unless I refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I refreshed. I got Mwanza's roll a while back, but nothing else. It's got to be the DD dice. But anyway, so what did you get, Mwanza?
8.
8. All right.
The dice are not liking me today.
Yeah. So you scour the camp and you don't see them here yet.
I start walking up to people and giving their descriptions while asking if anyone's seen them.
Okay, go ahead and roll another investigation check.
Investigation. Gonna get a 12. Got a 12.
Okay. So you start asking around and you find a few people, but they don't really seem to get those descriptions. After a little bit though, you find a guy that's standing outside of his tent, like hanging some clothes up. Seems like they were washing their clothes. They might have been here. Like these are some of the most recent people to get here, and they just kind of scrambled to grab what they could, and they're just doing some laundry here while they're waiting for orders. And he says to you, yeah, older guy. Had a lot to say about potions and something about needing to find mushrooms.
Oh, which way did he go? That sounds like my man.
Well, I told him a little ways back we found a cave that might have had some mushrooms. I sent him that way. He had a younger guy with him. Big, burly, nice, I think he was a blacksmith. So they went
Sounds
over.
like my people.
Oh, well, maybe, yeah. If you're into blacksmithing, I suppose.
Hey, they're handsome men. What can I say? Where is this cave? Do you mind telling me?
Yeah, it was just down the road, probably about a mile.
All right.
You can't really miss it. Well, unless you miss it. But it was on the left, so I guess that would be on your right if you're coming here, or you're going that way. Then it would be on your right because it was on my left when we all you'll see it, maybe. Yeah. Just about a mile. Look for some trees, and then you'll see the cave in by the trees.
I look over at all the trees. Will do.
Roll a perception check.
It's like a forest next to me, isn't there?
Yeah.
10.
All right, you catch a glimpse of this guy's wife inside of the tent, just like shaking her head.
How you doing, ma'am?
And she waves back. She says, okay, thanks. Good luck.
Thank you. I shake the man's hand as I'm going to head back to the big tent after.
Okay.
Just to tell, I forgot the guy's name, where I'm heading.
Arik?
And to let my, Orc know where I'm heading so he can allow my team to know.
All right. So you head back to the tent. You let Arik know where you're heading. And you head off down the road. And after about a mile of walking, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Perception check. Big money, not big money. 8.
8.
Gosh,
All right.
the dice just hate me today.
So
That's
you're
medium money at best.
you are walking along, and you hear this like snarl coming up from behind you, and you whirl around to look at it, and as you do, a wolf pounces out from behind the tree line. Roll initiative. And then I'm gonna go get a battle map. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm trying to find initiative. There we go.
All right, let's get in here. So we've got.
Jesse's making me beat up a puppy. This isn't my fault. I didn't do it. It was Jesse. It wasn't Monza's fault.
All right. There we go. I'll put you both in the encounter.
I don't think my wisdom rolled. Hang on.
It does seem like the rolling's
this.
a little bit weird in here today. I don't know if it's
Oh, 18. Wow. That's probably, I rolled a nat 20 for my initiative.
nice. All right,
So
so you're
because
gonna go
18.
first. So this wolf snarling jumps out of the trees and starts like its neck is low. You see the hairs on the back of its neck are up. Its tail is like down between its back legs. Like it is slowly creeping towards you, growling really low. What do you do?
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals, then say, hold yourself. What do you want?
All right, go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Roll. 11.
All right.
Does not work. I probably would re-roll it, but...
You just hear the dog. Can they speak back to you, or do you just talk to them?
I think Speak with Animals,
I think-
they understand you. And
Yeah,
you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So I can verbally talk to them and I can understand them.
So the wolf, back to you. He says, hungry.
I reach into my pack and throw some rations to it.
All right. Make a. You know, I'm just gonna say let's do a charisma saving throw, but you could do it with advantage.
Okay.
I'm just making up
do
random
saving
things
throw.
today, apparently, but that
Why
seems
not?
to make sense
18.
to me. 18. All right. So you throw some of that fish jerky down on the ground, I think, and
Yeah, I do have some of that.
I think that was the meat that you have on you, unless you had other meat or anything with you.
I might, but that's definitely what I know I have on me.
Okay. So you throw down some fish jerky, and the wolf walks up to it, sniffs it, and then takes a chomp of it, hauling it in its mouth, and runs off. That was easy.
Well, if you want to be friends, I might help you more in the future as I continue to look for the cave.
All right. So, hang on while I uncombat the combat.
There was a combat?
No, there wasn't.
Oh, okay.
There was a random encounter that you solved without combat. So, anyway, let's actually go here. The Thither Forest. So, the wolf takes a chomp of the fish, runs off. You tell it, to come find you if it needs help in the future. And as it runs off, you hear, "Shoo, wolf, shoo!" And from behind you, with a hammer over his head, comes Powder. He says, glad I was able to scare that wolf off. It seemed like it was ready to attack you.
Yes, thank you for that assistance.
You're
It was
welcome.
very brave of you to come for my save me.
Another one of those things
Here.
was terrorizing us before, and I managed to scare it off before it took a bite out of Yorgiv. Yorgiv, I think it's safe to come out now. And Yorgiv walks out from behind a tree as well, and he says, "Oh, Wanza, it's wonderful to see you out here. Hang on, I've got something for you." And he takes a pack off of his bag, and out jump all of the glow buns, and they run over to you.
All right, I pick them all up and I look at them all and say, "It's fantastic to see each of you. We've been worried." Then I start walking out.
They start making this kind of like chirping noise. You could tell.
I can actually understand them.
They start making this chirping noise. You could tell is like a happy kind of noise.
So it's kind of like if you're happy and you make like a small giggle.
Like a purr from a cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you want to do?
I look at them. You guys all set out here, or?
Oh, yes. Powder here was just helping me. We were wandering out here looking for some food for the poor glow buns. I know they like to eat the mystic mooncaps, but we weren't able to find any of those, unfortunately. This cave's a little too shallow for that kind of ecosystem to be prevalent. But we did find a couple of other different types of mushrooms that they seem to like, so we picked a bunch. And he lays out like a cloth, just like 3 pounds of mushrooms in there.
Thank you for this.
Oh, yes, of course. And, if you'd like to help yourself to a couple of... Well, don't eat too many. The glow buns are going to eat some.
We'll save them for the buns.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can have a couple if you want. I know it's about a mile walk back to the camp. It's not a trivial amount of walking. Maybe just for you. I mean, and he, like, pats you on the arm as he bends down to pick up the cloth. Anyway, we should get back. If we need any more of them, we know where to look.
I make sure to shake both of their hands, though, before we start walking back.
Oh, yeah.
So it's good to see. Anyone else? You were able to find anyone else on your way back from Deadham? Or was it just you two?
Unfortunately, no. We were able to barely escape the city. In fact, one of the undead monstrosities started chasing us, and Powder Hero here had to smash it across the face with his hammer. And you can see in the back, like, Powder is just tossing his hammer up and like smacking it into his other palm. Yep.
Well, sounds like some of that smashing might be needed in the future, so make sure you keep your hammer handy.
Oh, I always keep this hammer handy.
Fantastic.
And he, like, flips it up, catches it, and then slides it back into his belt loop.
All right, so I put Rave on my head, then I put the other 2 buns on my... No, if there's enough room, I'll put all 3 of them on top of my head. If there's not, each one on each of my shoulders.
2 of them kind of nestle into your horns, and then the other one rests on top of your head.
All right.
So you get all 3 of them on your head, and you walk back to the camp.
Sounds great.
And as you get back, you find Menri landing with Micah and the other one, Maddie.
Wow.
Sorry, motion. The M names just kind of broke my brain there for a second.
The other one.
Hey, Maddie, and the other one. How you doing?
The other one.
I can only see the stream, so I just see, like, your face is perfectly normal, and I'm like, all right, I know it's going to change here in a minute. Anyway.
Actually, I'd probably find Mazzarello on my way back through, because I know he's in camp helping people. So I'd probably stop by and kind of lean down and say, look what we found, and probably let him get his bun back.
So I'm not going to try to impersonate Cheese's voice.
No.
So he's helping that guy from before do his laundry. And he says, "Oh, thank you." And he takes his glow bun from you as it just kind of like runs around on his shoulders, and he hugs it, and they go back to doing the laundry.
We should get Cheese to record a line that says, "Oh, thank you," for when he's not here. You can just press.
Just have him pop in and be like, "Hey, come accept your glow bun, and then you can leave."
All right. So with that, you've all reunited back in the camp. Cheese is still helping the guy doing the laundry, but he'll be back in a second. The rest of you are back at Frederick's tent. And it's starting to get later in the day. So I'm going to go to this one. And some of the guards are starting to get antsy. And one of the patrols comes back from inside of the barony. And he seems to have a very urgent message. You listen in, and you hear him talking about the forces of Bane are beginning to move across the barony, and they've taken what was left of Sternshield Keep, and they're now setting up there, building something.
That's not ominous in the least.
No, not at all. Don't worry about it. But that's what you hear from him, kind of yelling this as he ran into Frederick's tent and kind of yelled that, and they've calmed him down a little bit. He's talking a little quieter, so you can't pick up the whole conversation at this point.
I should walk into the tent.
Okay.
Actually, I would stop and look at Micah and be like, not Micah, Maddie, and be like, yeah, I look at the other one, and then be like, hey, look at my head. It's asleep right now. If you want to pick him up, or you can let him sleep, but
Like gently pick him up, and then put him under my hat.
It's gonna be great if you guys need to do a magic show.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Glow bun.
All right.
then you have it like sit inside the house, hat lifted up. Then Micah's like, oh, it's over here now.
Yep.
You guys could have a magic show. Honestly, probably sell
That's
out.
what we'll do when we retire.
We'll
Yeah.
just derail this whole campaign and go on tour doing magic.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Something tells me Mazzarella would love that too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how we're gonna take down this army. We're just gonna
Distraction.
form the heck out of them.
All right, so you head back into the tent, and you hear a bit more of this conversation. Basically, this scout is one of a couple that were tracking the movements of Bane's armies, and they also have scouts out. And having found that most of the forces have left, they quickly moved in and started taking over the ruins of Sternshield Keep. What they're going to do next is anyone's guess, but Frederick and the rest of the group there seem to think that they'll quickly be moving on the last of the survivors that are here. They may or may not. They may or may not yet know that Lakeside and Fallhaven have been evacuated, but it would be pretty logical for him to think that. So,
Yeah. I'm gonna lean over to Micah and Maddie, and as he's talking, like, do you want to pull out your map and compare it to theirs and see how up to date theirs is?
No, it's my map.
Okay.
Yes, I
Go,
will.
okay, and shrug.
We can compare maps.
okay. So as you start to approach the table, Frederick just slams his fist down on the table, and like a couple of the pieces of charcoal and writing implements shake or dump over. Some ink spills on the map, and he says, damn it, they're moving too fast. We need to make a decision now on how to get out of here, where to go.
Did you just ruin your map by spilling ink on it?
No,
Wow.
it wasn't on like the main area of the map. kind of off the side where the mountains are.
Way to fuck up the whole thing.
Only if someone had another one. Some mysterious
gold.
heroine.
Anyway, I'm just like, can I just look at what they have on their map and compare it to my map? Do they have anything I don't have?
They're missing one of the forts or one of the camps that you had on your map to the north and one of the ones to the south.
But they don't have anything that I don't have.
No, they don't have anything you don't have.
No, because we're professionals.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna like lean over on the table and make those 2 marks that they're missing and just step back.
How do you know that these are here?
We went
Who's
scouting.
asking?
Oh, Frederick.
Oh, so not the guy that knew they were going out scouting?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, magic.
And then I pull
Oh.
the hat off and just show the bunny and put it back on.
I
So
rub
as-
the brim of my nose and go, if you want to know how, please step outside and take a look and you'll understand in a heartbeat.
So Frederick looks back at you and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. There's a lot going on right now. I'm sure you can understand."
Yeah, you were missing 2, so I just
Yeah.
helped you out a little.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that you guys went scouting. And he nods to Arik.
You're welcome.
What was the name of our hometown again that we started in?
Lakeside?
Lakeside Provides.
Yeah, it always has. All right. Well, now that you're back, let me get your opinion on this. And all of the rest of the table kind of look to Maddie and Micah and Wanza, although slightly lesser degree than Wanza, because I think you are off to the back a little bit. And they say, all right, here are our options. Let's see what you think, because you had a better view than any of our scouts have been able to get. We have 3,500 people here that we need to safely transport through enemy-infested territory. We can either go north and make for the ocean, or we can head south through more barbarians. In fact, even more tribes of barbarians, we guess, and make for the river that will kind of lead us into Ember Keep. Someone that we have historically not had a great relationship with, but I'm sure they would help us.
What
Can you
is
put up the map again for me?
Yes, hang on.
What is the thought process of getting to the ocean? Like, once you get to the ocean, do you then have boats to get on, or are we just swimming?
We don't have boats. We would have to build them. And we do have reason to believe that there is the implements for doing so. We have carpenters and obviously no real need for shipwrights, but we could get out to the shore, we could build a boat, and it would only be a few hundred miles to go from here to Ironhold, which I will share the map again because it keeps disappearing for some reason. It'd only be a few hundred miles from here to Ironhold, so we would only need them to hold together for 3 to 5 days. We don't need miracles. But if we were to go
Okay.
south, we would have to go through, and I'm just going to keep sharing the map, sorry, this whole area of the Wild Plains till we got to the Southern River. And once we cross that, we'll be in the Crimson Peaks territory, and they'll protect us. But getting there is going to be a lot more of a challenge than I think most of us are up for.
So we have 3,500 people.
We won't be able to build enough ships fast enough.
Well, how many of those people can fight?
We've managed to raise a few levies out of the group. We have enough that we think if we can find the ruins of an old town, we might be able to defend it long enough for our carpenters to build a few ships.
Shipbuilding, okay. My thought process here, which I don't know why I'm having this thought process because you are our DM, is that the water might technically be safer than the larger groups of barbarians to the south.
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna level with you here. As your DM, I'm giving you options. You can, choose your own path here.
Yeah. I understand that.
You are free to damn yourself in whatever way you want to.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: if we get the ships to work, out of character, that's why I had him open up the map, because there is a big question mark circle in the middle of it,
Right.
where we probably think there's something land or something. So we might be able to use that as a chance to go there. That
is also like opposite of the way that they want to go, because they want to go around the top and go to Ironhold to the west, right?
Small detour.
I don't know if I want to take a small detour with 3,500 people, but
no, but maybe we could get our own ship and go there.
Yeah.
So that's just my thought, is out of characters, that maybe we can get our own ship made during this, or maybe if they have enough time without too much of a press, if they have, we can have one that will let us go there while the rest continue their journey. We keep a small complement of, obviously, of sailors to join us, and maybe any volunteers.
Someone who knows how to steer a ship.
Exactly. That's just my thought out of character on this.
Doesn't Mazzarello know how to drive a ship?
Didn't Mazzarello live on a houseboat?
Yeah.
Mazzarello does live on a houseboat, and he knows how to sail a ship, yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'd probably just need a few extra volunteers to help us man it and stuff, then. Captain Mazzarello. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, so my vote is for going to the ocean. Though I am afraid of what will pop up in the ocean. But it's probably fine.
Fine.
Is everybody good for going ocean?
Water, though.
What's that?
Oh yeah, Menry is like fire, right? It probably doesn't mix super well.
I mean, he can not be in the water.
Well, yeah, but
whatever ship we take just has enough space for him on the hold.
Gotta have like a perch.
Make him a perch up at the top.
Yeah.
He can be our little guy at the top that says "Land ho."
To do that.
Instead of the bird's nest, it'll be the drake's nest.
Yes.
Guys, I did it.
What did you do?
I figured out why it keeps auto-closing for the stream, and I think I fixed it.
Try opening it and see what happens.
I just did. It's not
I
closing.
don't see it on stream. Oh, there we go.
It's not closing.
Okay.
I'm a genius.
Look at you go.
I work in IT.
And it shows.
I learned how to make a map show for more than 10 seconds at a time. That's my superpower.
Wands is currently now sitting down on the couch relaxing. And he's just going to look over and he's going to ask, has anyone tried communicating with the barbarian tribes to see if there's a way to negotiate peace or anything like that so we can pass?
Frederick's going to look back at you and he's going to say, well, we thought to try that. Yeah. Those scouts have not come back. So we assume that that's a no.
All right, let's go find the biggest one and beat them up then and take charge of them.
This isn't prison. Okay, my vote is for ocean. Well, this is a democracy. We can vote. It's fine.
I vote ocean.
I'm fine with this option.
All right. So you guys all mentioned that, and Frederick looks back at you all and he says, yeah, that was my option too. It would take the better part of a week at least without the barbarians to travel south, but only about a day and a half to get to the ocean. At least the village where we think, or the part where we think there's a village that we could use. Oh, no, I can't close it.
It's stuck forever.
Oh, no.
Figure it out, guys. Oh, wait, never mind.
How do you guys close it?
There's a little button at the top that says close.
Oh, no.
There's 14 of these open. Oh my god.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll work on that.
as they open.
Uh,
I have the map on a pop-up right now.
So, as you're discussing this,
Try refreshing.
wait, if I close it, nope. What if I refresh?
You might just have to hit refresh.
I don't have a refresh. It's fine. It's fine. Oh wait, clear image. Ah, ha, ha! There's a clear images button on my screen. I am a genius. All right, so, so he says, yeah, that
Oops.
was. Oh.
Ooh.
Something was on my keyboard. I went to go pick it up, and it
It's
entered at the
Halloween,
same time.
everybody. Ooh.
That's why I was like, oh, I did not mean for that to happen.
You were like, oh yes. So Frederick says, yeah, that was my idea as well. And the dwarf among them, Frank, says, yes, but there could be large creatures in the oceans and our ships. They wouldn't be able to hold or at least deal with these threats of larger animals. And Frederick kind of cuts him off and he says, yes, but Frank, there are numerous barbarian tribes that we know. This is kind of a case of deal with the devil, you know. And the other two, or the rest of like the people around the table kind of nod. There isn't really a great choice, but we have to make a choice.
Yeah, they're both gonna suck.
Plus, we've had historically, at least from the stories I've read, a better relationship with Ironhold than we've had with Emberkeep. So that might benefit us in the long run. Anyway, we do need to find a new home when all of this is done. All right.
I'm gonna be honest with him and say, I think we're gonna also need one additional ship just for and some volunteers, because there's something we want to check out in the ocean too, not too far from that northern shore. But we don't want to delay the refugees.
I appreciate that, but we'll see if we can make that happen. I think our first priority needs to be getting the refugees to safety.
Fully understand.
All right. Arik, you and the guards spread the word. Muster the levies. Get the guards ready. We need to head north. And then he points to the group of you and he says, the four of you, I need your help. And when all the other guards leave, it's just the four of you, Frederick, Frank, Fruggle, god damn it, and the other tall one who introduces himself as Cal. All right.
What's up?
I have a plan for us. And he points at the map, and he points to both of the two camps that you've outlined. And he says, these two need to be dealt with. And I feel like overwhelming force may not be our best option here. We need to get in there, take out their leader, and move on. If we muster an army and come stampeding down the mountain and wipe them out, it's only going to do more of a job of alerting all of the other camps in the area. If we can do this with a little more precision, I think we might have a better chance of going through here unnoticed.
So you want to be sneaky?
More or less, yeah. And the tall Goliath guy. Is he a Goliath? Hang on. No, he's just a tall guy. The paler, taller, square guy. He looks at you and he says, yes, we used to deal with these problems all the time in my home country.
Russia?
Sneaky. Yep. He's from Russia. Seems like this one here might know a bit about sneaking around too. And he points at now I'm confusing. I got all the F names and all the M names. Anyway, he points at Micah.
Jokingly,
I was gonna say,
I was gonna say, well, thank him. A jack of many trades, but that is not one.
not you.
The short frog person kind of like bounces up over the back of the table, puts his hands on. He says, "I don't think he was talking about you, friend."
All right, I'm just making sure he knows. I smile.
Hey, you hear like a croak as he lets himself drop back down to the floor. He's only about like 2.25 feet tall, so.
So Maddie's height.
He's a little shorter than Maddie, I think. What's
about 2.5 feet?
You're 2.5 feet?
No, I'm 3'9", I think.
Oh yeah, you're way taller
Okay.
than him.
Oh,
He's
so
like
a giant.
I think he's like 2.25 or something like that.
Hold on. Where are my traits?
Maddie's gonna feel like a giant next to this guy.
Yeah.
Every time Maddie goes nearby.
No, I'm just 3 feet, so I'm half a foot over him.
Okay. Oh, either way.
Okay.
I don't know where I got the 9. Oh, I'm 39 pounds. That's where I got the 3'9".
My God.
Could you imagine?
No. Not even a little. All right. So, Frederick looks back at the rest of you, like all of you, and he says, "Well, all right then. That'll make that easy.
Which 2 camps is this that he wants to infiltrate?
The 2 that you found to the north, the ones that were slightly smaller.
2 to the north. Okay. Are those the only 2 in the north?
The only 2 that any of you found.
Okay.
You found one more than they did.
Okay. I mean, that's probably doable. Is there a way to, like, these other 3,000 something people, we can send them sort of like up the edge to get to the ocean while we, like, can they avoid this camp at all while we're trying to take it down?
Well, I think the idea was to take out the camps and then we'll come back and grab the rest of the people and bring them up.
That makes so much more sense.
Yes, well, that was at least the idea that Frederick was telling us while you were scouting anyway.
Okay, I mean, I'm cool with this idea if the rest of my traveling party is also cool with this idea.
I just put up, like, I ain't going sneaky. If you need me to challenge one for leadership, I will, but I think that's about much I can do here.
No need to be sneaky about it. The idea is to make the travel less apparent. We take out the camps with a smaller group, and then other camps that may be nearby, they don't know that we've taken out these 2 camps.
Gotcha.
Okay, so these smaller camps we said had about 30 to 50 people in them.
That's yeah, that was the idea that you guys got.
Okay, how small of a group are you thinking it's gonna, like, how small of a group are you thinking of taking first?
Well, we had talked about it while you were gone, and we figured we'd take one. But if you guys are willing to help, then maybe we'd take one and you take the other one. The little frog says as he's kind of hanging onto the map.
I am so tickled by his accent.
He is, by the way, he's a little frog, like 2.25 feet tall, wearing blue overalls and has a straw hat on.
Of course he does. He's perfect.
Cute.
And on his shoulder, you see a small, like, tree frog. That
Oh my god, he has a buddy.
yeah. Whenever actually, I'm sorry, it's in his pocket. It's his overalls pocket, and it
I
does
wanna
this little
be-
like chirpy croak every time he talks.
I want to be him in another campaign. I can do a Russian accent. We'll be fine.
Okay. I mean, if we want to split and you guys take one and we take one, that'll probably be a little easier rather than trying to fight two of them like back to back.
Yeah, and of course you got to remember that, not all the people in those camps are going to be fighters. A lot of them are probably the families of the raiders. Hopefully we'll just have to take care of them and knock out the leader and get out of there.
Go on, get. Okay. Which camp you want? Flip a coin, see which one you're taking, which one I'm gonna take.
Oh, well, I brought these, and he like throws some pieces of straw on the table that are all different sizes.
Haha. Okay. Drawing straws. I get it. Let's go.
Yeah, I never go anywhere without straw.
I was born in the South. I know how this works. Let's go.
All right, so everybody roll a die.
Which one?
D60, 20.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. If I say roll a die and don't specify, it's a D20 for future reference.
D20.
One, but it didn't do my luck thing. Do I get a luck thing?
You can do a luck thing.
I got an
Sweet.
18.
10.
18, 10. What did Mwanza get?
4.
Oh, so did Mozzarella. All right. So actually, Fruggle has the longest piece. And he looks down and he says, all right, well, I don't know if it matters too much, but I always kind of like the idea of heading west. So why don't we take this one? Then he points to the westernmost camp.
I bet you would, cowboy with your Wild West. Yeah, that's good with me.
All right.
He's my favorite person right now. I want to bring him everywhere.
Oh, whatever happened to our rogue?
Linda?
Melinda?
Yeah.
You don't know. You weren't able to save her from
Yeah.
the town, so
We left her
Led us
in
to the thing.
we left her in the town because she was like exhausted and injured, I think. And then when we came back, that's when there were a bunch of like skeletons and shit, and we didn't see her.
All right.
Just
Yeah.
out here leaving everybody.
You know, it's my MO. What can I say?
I'm gonna look at the captain and give him her description and say, if you happen to find her, could you make sure we get in contact with her, please?
Yeah.
If you happen, she'll pop up. She's good at her job for
All right. Well,
sneaking.
if I see her, I'll definitely
You
tell her
probably won't see her. That's the
said hi.
issue.
Well, then I don't know
Unless
why
you
you
want
gave
her to
me
see her.
this information, but sure.
It's fine.
Just in case. Just in case.
so the tall Cal says to you guys, why don't we make this friendly competition?
Oh, bet. What you got?
First team back gets to keep
all of the stuff that the other team found when they loot the raiders. What do you think?
Do they actually have anything of value?
Well, they are raiders. I don't know.
They might.
It does stand to reason that raiders would have things of value.
I don't want to speak for everybody, but I would make that deal.
I shrug and go, I'll go with whatever my team feels is best. My compatriots.
So as Micah says that, he's gonna slap his hand down on the table and point at you and be like,
Ha! Yes, this is what I like. All right, competition then.
You want to shake on it?
and
Make a
he
deal?
like just swings his whole arm around to shake your hand on it.
Fantastic.
You can see like fire in his eyes, not literally, but he is ready to go. Frederick,
I like him.
Frederick kind of like has his hand in his head in his hand, like, oh jeez, all right.
I look over and I was like, I know that feeling, my friend.
He nods at you, and Frank, he's like, okay, guys, whatever you want to do.
Micah's just giddy, like hopping in place, just like, yeah, let's go. I'm ready.
All right. So Frederick looks at you all and he says, all right, well, if that's all, then I suggest that we head out. We have very little time here. So the sooner that we can get this done, the better.
What's the big guy's name again?
Cal.
Cal. Oh, is he gonna walk out of the tent at the same time as I do?
We'll find out.
There's a reason for this question. I need to know.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out when you walk out, I guess.
I would purposefully like to hang out behind until he goes to leave and leave at the same time he does.
Okay. So he's gonna like, as soon as Frederick says, all right, we gotta get going, Cal is like,
All right, here we go. We might as well get a head start, although I don't know if we're going to need it.
and he starts to walk out of the tent.
As he goes to walk out the door, I would like to stick out my leg and trip him.
Oh no.
All right, roll a, just make an attack roll, I guess. Should have
I
unarmed
don't know how to
strike.
do that. Let me see.
So if you go
unarmed
to,
strike. Got it.
okay, yeah. And let me know.
If he's not expecting this, can I have advantage on it?
That is actually a good question. You might not be able to, but yeah, you can have advantage.
19.
All right. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 9.
Okay. So he starts to trip, and as he does, he grabs your arm and like flips you over, and the both of you end up just kind of standing up, staring at each other outside of the tent.
I am gonna jump up and I am gonna sprint away from this man in the direction that we're supposed to go and be like, me first.
I don't think so.
And he starts to sprint after you. And with that, the rest of you kind of take off in that direction as well.
I just sigh and rub the bridge of my nose as I walk out.
Yeah, Frederick is going to do the exact same thing.
If we meet the door at the same time, I'm just gonna look at him, bow my head, and wave my arms, say, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna trip you."
And he says, thank you.
Maddie trips on a rock as she walks away.
I was going to say, as Maddie starts to walk out the door, Fergal's going to look back at you and be like, after you, ma'am. And he tips
That's
his
when I
hat. All right.
Maddie was so flustered at being called ma'am, she tripped.
Oh, I'm sorry. And he bends down to try to pick you up, but you're like twice his weight.
It's fine.
And
I'm fine. It's
despite
fine.
that fact, he like grabs your wrist and just lifts you up and puts you back down. And then that's the first time you could tell this frog is absolutely jacked. Like, he looks like the 2.5 foot tall frog version of Arnold Schwarzenegger in his heyday.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All right, we
The
are going.
farmer.
Oh, right. No wonder why I can't find the map. We're on travel day. We need travel night. So here we go. So the two of you kind of naturally split off as you start moving down towards these camps. And I need you all to make a perception check.
Perception check.
I think I can actually do that. Oh no, I can call
14.
for it.
Yeah, I think if you do it, it's like you do it passively.
Yeah, I don't like
11.
using passive perception.
What's that?
I don't like using passive perception. I know it's like a thing, but
Well, I'm just saying. I think that's what that's probably for, the passive.
yeah,
So I think the point of the passive is stuff that we might not see because we're not looking for it.
yeah. All right. So
I got a
just-
14.
okay, 14. What did
Stop stealing my rolls.
okay, so 2 14s, and what did
11.
okay. So you guys notice that there are some orc patrols out here. Like, you see a couple of orcs kind of walking around, and you notice their footprints. You see them before they see you.
Oh. Quick question to the group. Did we bring Menry with us?
I assume so.
I think
Just-
that's pretty much a given.
I'm just going to make sure we have it declared now before we go any further.
Menry
Okay.
comes everywhere with us.
So you
Yeah, I
see
just wanted
that
to make
there
sure
is
we're on the
a
same path.
trail that these orc barbarians are walking on. And you're able to tell that they're kind of walking by here before you see them.
Is there somewhere that we
Or
can
before-
like hide?
You can duck back, like behind a couple trees. Even with Menry there, you're able to be out of like their pathing that, you know, like they have a set path that they're on. They're AI.
Okay, they're coming towards us, or they're
So-
going away from us.
They're coming back towards you. And you know, obviously they're not actually AI, but you are able to retreat back to an area where you think they probably wouldn't be able to see you. And they seem to be walking by without doing anything. Like they're just kind of talking and walking.
Okay, I say we wait for them to get a little bit of distance that way, and then we keep heading our direction.
Okay. So as they walk, you hear like one of them goes,
And that was the 4th time I had hit Grok on the head.
and they continue walking down the hill and out of sight. And you're able to move freely.
Okay. I guess we'll
Here
keep
it is.
heading where we're supposed to go.
All right. What were you gonna say, Monzo?
Never mind. I was going to make a joke, but
Okay. I am afraid of what that was gonna be.
oh, never mind. It would have been better if they were dwarves, but
Oh yeah, probably.
I've been like, yeah, they're just singing hi ho, off to work we
Not
go.
at all where I thought you were going with that. Okay. Where are we? All right. I don't have a actual scene for this, so we're just gonna have to use this one. So after a little ways of travel, it's gonna take you a while and kind of into the wee hours of the night, morning, whatever, you know the expression. But you come upon the camp that you had set out to find. It's a large camp, and you hear this as you approach. This like, and then with some screaming accompanying it
Oh.
as you get close. And you see like behind, or a silhouette of something lit up by the moon in the background that looks like a gigantic creature. Also, I'm going to need Mwanza and Micah to roll a perception check.
Okay.
And my character sheet.
No, I'm sorry. No. Mwanza and Maddie.
But I rolled a natural 20.
Jesse.
Well, you perceive everything.
You said perception.
Yeah.
I perceived nothing because I rolled a 4.
Okay.
19.
Okay. So, Micah, you're gonna hear like a, and hey, Micah, over here.
Oh,
Coming from
God,
the
it's
tree line.
Deke. Hello, Deke.
And Maddie will also hear it. And
The
Deke says
face.
to you, what?
Just the face that motion is making when you said she heard it.
You are
Just
there,
the
right?
disgust.
Not for, okay.
Don't like him. I don't like him.
So he says, Micah, could you come over here for a minute? I gotta talk to you about something.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna, guys, I'm just gonna be over here real quick. Chill. No big
Joey,
deal.
We'll make sure no one interrupts you as you use the rest.
Yeah, I got.
I'm literally just assuming you gotta take a quick.
Gotta
rest.
talk to the
Bush
plumber
we.
about a thing.
I gotta go see a man about a horse. I'll be right back, guys.
So when you get over there, he's gonna look at you and say, yeah, I didn't say anything about a horse. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't worry about it. What's up,
All
guy? What's up?
All right, so look, I need a favor. Oop, not to punch the microphone or anything. I need a favor. If you got you want to help out a buddy who's been helping you out. I feel like maybe you could help me a little bit.
What kind of favor?
All right, look, I need something, and that's something I need. It just happens to be in that orc camp you're going in.
What is it?
It's just a little thing. You'll know when you see it. But look, it's pretty hard to get to. All right, so here, hang on. I'm gonna give you something, and I think you're gonna like it. It's pretty, yeah. So he reaches like into the back of like his pocket and pulls out this necklace on a long chain, and it's kind of like a weird diamond pattern with a gyroscope in the middle. The gyroscope is completely still, and he says, all right, so what I need you to do, these guys, they're raiders, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got a hold of something that well, let's just say I need it, and I can't really get it myself, so I need you to take this, and when you're in there, doing your thing, I'm rooting for you all the way. By the way, big bad guy though. You're gonna, I think you could do it, but anyway, spin the thing, and you'll kind of get what I'm talking about. You won't miss it. Trust me.
Spin the necklace?
Yeah, you see the little bit in here? It spins. So when you're in there, you spin the thing, and then you'll see what I'm looking for.
What happens if I spin it now? Is this like a thing where like I can only spin it once?
No, you can spin it as many times as you want. Well, yeah, it's got to recharge a little bit, so you can only really spin it every 24 hours or so.
Okay, so don't spin it now.
Yeah,
How long does it
don't
last?
spin it
Whatever it's
until
gonna
you need
do.
It lasts it lasts forever, but if you spin it again within like 18 seconds or so, then it reverses it, which is probably what you're going to want to do. Highly recommend. You're probably going to be in a better state if you do that. So just spin the thing, but just make sure you spin it again before 18 seconds is over.
Okay. Do you know the rough location of where this object is that you need?
Yeah, it's where they store all their treasure.
Okay. I'm just gonna put the necklace on, and I'm gonna say, I'll see what I can do.
All right, perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
You just find me when we get out of here, and I'll tell you if I got it or not.
Yeah, that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
Okay, that's cool. I'll do this for you. Anything else? Just this one thing?
Yeah, trust me, that's very helpful to me. I really appreciate it. I consider it a kind gesture between friends. And you know what? If you do it for me, I'll let you keep that. And he points at the necklace.
Can I inspect the necklace?
You can.
Like, to see if I can tell what it does?
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay. That was a nat 1.
Something about you feels very wrong about this necklace, but you can't really tell what it is.
Can't be worse than my sister's head in a jar. I'm gonna put the necklace on and I'm gonna be like, all right, dude, I'm gonna see you later.
You might think that. All right.
I am not gonna mention this necklace to anybody else in this party. Just FYI.
Are you wearing it?
It is tucked into my clothes.
Okay. You would also notice that you can't spin it accidentally. It kind of has like a locking mechanism on it.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about it like going off while you're walking or something. All right.
I'm gonna walk back
Going
to where my
off.
friends are, and I'm gonna say, bad news, guy did not have a horse. But good news, we can move on now.
Okay. So,
All right.
with that, you approach the outskirts of the camp. And I will just go ahead and, you know what? We'll go right to this. I should have added like a... Oh, I think I could still do that, actually. Yeah, there we go. It's nighttime.
Daytime.
Oh, it would help if I moved anyone else to the scene.
Daytime.
Midday.
Playing a little game of nighttime, daytime.
All right. So here we are at the camp, and you guys are on the outskirts, and I will find your tokens and put you on here. Bloop. 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 Bloop.
I've seen this in Valheim.
Amazing.
This right here is a fueling camp.
We're missing something on the map.
What are we missing?
Menry.
Oh, right. Menry.
That's exactly what I was asking if we're bringing them or not.
Nope. Right now,
Good.
we can put this on party, and it will very slowly zoom in on the party, apparently, or just some random spot on the map. There we go. Okay, so you guys are here, and so far it's pretty quiet. But right over here, so right here, you guys see a large silhouette of like some gigantic creature. And
I don't know where right here is, but
Oh, sorry, I'm pinging it.
it is
I see
not
that.
showing up for me.
Weird.
It's very light blue. It's in like the place with the giant skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just very zoomed out. That's the problem.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Here, I got a pencil. Let me pencil that in for you. Right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so we see a silhouette of something in this enclosure.
Yep, it's a little too dark to see exactly what it is, but you see something like its head is coming up over the wall. It's a large reptilian head with like a big crest on top, and then it bends back down and starts crunching.
Godzilla, got it. Are there any guards like by this entrance that we're at?
I'm putting you guys here where you are, but I'm not assuming that's your literal location. There are some guards up in the towers that you can see as you approach. They're just kind of like chilling up there. In fact, roll perception for me.
Okay.
Everybody or just
Micah, because she's asking about it at the moment. So this tower is the only one that you can really see, and it seems like they are like playing cards up there. There's a couple guys playing cards.
Would I know roughly how tall they are?
How tall they are?
Yes.
The people or the towers?
The people, sorry.
Well, I'll answer both. The towers are about 15 feet off the ground. Like the base where they're standing is about 15 feet off the ground. And the people are about 6 feet, a little taller.
6. Okay. That's perfect, actually. So guys, I have an idea.
I have one too.
I technically have the disguise self spell.
Oh God.
I could disguise myself as one of them and just casually stroll my way in there and kill the big guy.
by yourself.
There's something nasty over that wall there.
Or what I could do is I could say that I took you all as prisoners and I need to bring you to the big guy.
Here's my thought on this. That's one thought. Or we can actually do both of these in combo. Is you can bring me in as a prisoner. Maddie could, unless she really wanted to come in that close, and Menry could go together and maybe torch that guard tower and any others they might see.
Okay, here's my thought building off of that, is that I disguise myself, I bring you in like you're a prisoner, we find the big guy, we deal with him. If things go south, Maddie and Menry can start torching the town from above.
I like that.
Sounds like an idea.
Rather than like immediately torching the town, and then I feel like they'll be suspicious of this random person that they've never seen before being like, yes, I totally belong here.
Or actually, if they keep an eye out, and as we begin the fight, they can start taking out the towers.
Yeah. Would be a distraction, for sure.
Yeah, all of a sudden we're fighting, and then all of a sudden towers are being blown up from the sky. I'm just worried about whatever might be in that cage.
Well, if we don't let it out of the cage, then it should stay in the cage. Because that's how cages cage.
I don't know about their manufacturing, but well, I'm game for this.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with this plan.
Cool.
Just I'm not gonna ask for like insight or anything, but these orcs, you would probably have the idea that, you know, whatever's in that cage is caged, and it's not just gonna be able to break its way out very easily, because otherwise it would have done so already.
The cage is caging.
Yeah, it's very cagey cage.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I trust their cagey cage.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to trust it. I'm just saying you would have you would have an idea that it is a decent cage. It's not like it's some rickety wood cage that it's just gonna like whip its tail into and it's gonna fall down. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
You could reasonably assume that.
Okay.
Reasonably assume.
Yes.
All right. So, I'm going to cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Actually, I stop before we do anything else. I'm looking over at Maddie, and I'm reaching up to the top of my head, and I'm picking a rave off and passing him over to her. Please keep.
I put him under my hat.
Okay. Okay. So
Thank
you
you.
guys do that. Micah disguises herself as a orc warrior, and kind of uses the rope to tie up both Mozzarella and Wanza. And you start.
I forgot about Mozzarella.
Yeah, Mozzarella is still here. So you guys start to head in, and
Yeah.
then
I'm just look. Here's my thought process: is that if I act like I belong here, they're probably not going to question me. So I am just going to march them in there and head for whatever building looks like it has the leader in it.
all right. So you get to here with these two in tow. Not that one. These two in tow.
Oh, I make sure, Micah, you're gonna have to be carrying my sword because I probably won't be happy if that's kept on me. So you're gonna have to toss that to me when the fight starts,
Yep, I got you.
or be close enough to pass it over.
All right.
All right.
So this is the scene that you see when you enter the camp.
What the frog is that?
Alrighty.
Is that a dragon or something else?
It is something else. Something you
Can I
don't
roll
recognize.
some check on it to see if I can maybe even have ever like read about it or something?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
Nature. Big money, 17.
All right. It's not something that you would have ever seen around here. It is a rare creature, a reptilian creature from actually not even from here, called a skyza.
Okay.
It's from the more of a jungle region, but somehow these barbarians have got it here. And you see a lot of other orc warriors kind of going about their night. Some of them are actually kind of like brawling over here. Actually, we'll move these two. So they're kind of, no, these two are brawling over here. A couple of the other ones are kind of like cheering them on from around the area. They notice you come in, and a couple of them kind of look over, and this guy comes over to you guys as you're walking through, and he says,
Hey, who are they?
I'm gonna be like, yeah, I found these guys like wandering near the camp, and they look suspicious, so I'm bringing them to the
Bring them home?
leader.
Well, we have seen a lot of,
I'm easing myself into orc here. Excuse me.
we've seen a lot of scouts around here recently. I don't know why. Doesn't make any sense.
That makes no sense. What have you done with the ones that you found?
Yeah, they're over there.
And he points to the big thing that's chomping on something.
Good place for them. Good idea.
Yeah, we thought so. He likes fresh meat.
As do we all. I'm gonna take these guys to the leader, though, if you don't mind. Like, we'll catch up later, my guy. Okay.
Roll a deception check.
Shit.
I am gonna start speaking between common and dwarvish and halfling trying to say, I am here to speak to your leader. We are from Storm Shield.
I'm gonna kick him in the shins and say, hey, shut up.
Roll with advantage.
Thank you.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me roll again then.
Ow.
12.
All right. 12.
It's gonna work, Jesse. Let it
Make
happen.
it work, Jesse.
So he looks at you guys and he's like,
What's your name?
I'm gonna give him a series of grunts as a name.
Oh, yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Nice to meet you. And I'm gonna head on my way still towards the big building.
My name is,
Oh, very similar to mine. Easy to remember.
yeah, I think, your grandmother was born.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. We actually might be related.
Are we cousins?
Well, yeah, we could be.
Hey, this is going on. Leader.
Shut
Shut up.
up.
Storm Shield.
Okay, I'm gonna take them before they create a scene.
Yeah,
because
we'll-
this he's doing too much. So
We'll
I'll
catch
catch up with you later.
We'll catch up
Yeah.
later.
Family reunion. We'll get together, have dinner. It'll be great.
Last year was fantastic.
What the food? Amazing. Okay.
Unbelievable. Go see
Alright.
Ruglud. We'll meet up later.
Yeah. Bye.
and he walks back to his hut there and just picks up a leg of something and starts ripping pieces off of it.
I'm going to make it clear. Unless they were speaking common, I don't know anything they were saying. I am just being something like, come on, let's go.
I'm gonna drag them. Still heading for that building.
Does Micah know Orcish?
Oh shit. Do I?
You speak Goblin. I'm gonna say that's close enough.
Okay. What
Let's
do
assume
I
your
know?
dialect is like
Close
a southern
enough.
dialect.
I
Or an
do-
imposter.
Undercommon and Goblin.
Yeah, in my head, and this might just be because I've been playing like Warcraft games since I was, 5. Goblin and Orc are like similar, very similar. So that works
Okay.
for me.
Context
it's my world.
clues, I can
sense it.
figure out what he's saying.
Okay, so you
Different
guys head
dialect,
over
same
here.
Language.
What?
Different dialect. It's like Spanish and Italian. They're similar enough.
Yeah.
They can speak to each other.
It
guy
aroused
probably just
some
thinks you're from some
suspicion, but it
weird-
worked out in the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys head over here. What is Maddie doing before we jump inside of this building?
Maddie's kicking a rock around, waiting for a signal.
Okay. Do you guys want to do anything to signal Maddie, or are you just going in?
I think we don't signal her yet.
Okay.
I'm just walking behind you going, leader. Storm Shield.
Oh my God.
Can I see into this hut to see like who's in there, what's going on,
You can.
without them seeing me?
I'll just show you the map. So
Okay.
as you get close to the entrance, you look in and you see this. So we'll say that you guys are like right around here. I'm pinging. I don't know if you could see that because it's a very light blue, which I
Yes,
will change.
right at the door.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll change that blue at some point. Like right now to red. Okay.
There are more people in here than I thought there were gonna be.
Yes. So there's kind of like this area in the center is lower than the rest. It's kind of like not
It's a pit.
dugout, but like worn a little bit. It's like a bowl.
Okay.
With corpses in the center and like bloody weapons and just blood stains everywhere. In the back, you see a few of the orcs are kind of chatting, and one of them is on what appears to be their version of a throne. and he's shouting to the other ones.
Okay. More people than I thought. My plan is falling
Storm
apart.
Shield leader.
Shut up.
I'm thinking. Okay. We really should have talked about how we were going to signal Maddie before we got in here.
You could always run out and signal.
Yeah, but with what is the
Now,
question?
the signal is to light the town on fire.
The tower, the guard towers and everything, yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
So
I'm-
Mazzarella is
I'm-
going to say to you, I could cast something, throw something into the
He has
air.
that, what you call it?
Rhymes binding ice, you know?
No, he has, I think, the cantrip that lets him do like
Oh.
firework type displays.
Yeah, he
With
does.
it prestidigitation or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that allows him to do like a firework thing into the air.
I'm afraid that might call too much attention.
There is no ceiling in the center of this tent. He could send it up through the middle.
You know what? Yeah. Let's go with that.
I'm trying to think like cheese and not just give you answers. So
I think, yeah, we'll just send a firework up through the middle and just be like, oh my god, like, he's out of control.
all right. So you guys are, I'm waiting for you to move your tokens, which is stupid, considering you don't have any of them.
Yep.
So we've got a Mazzarello and a Mwanza and a Micah. So you
I
guys
start
walk in
walking
here.
forward.
You can't walk ahead of Micah though.
Oh, I do.
I'm gonna yank him back by the rope around his wrists.
Hey! Who's that over there?
You see the orc on the chair get up, and he is absolutely stupidly armored. Like, he has just plates on plates on plates, and he is so like he gets up and you just hear like, and he moves up onto the ground over here.
That is concerning.
And he's holding like this just gigantic axe, and he slowly like steps 1 foot down, and you hear pff, and the other pff, hoisting the axe up over his shoulder.
Well,
Is he speaking common or is he speaking orcish?
He's speaking Orcish at the moment.
I start going, hello in common. I am from Storm Shield. I am here to talk.
we don't normally do that here.
In common.
If you
That's
want to talk,
understandable.
you gotta get through the arena.
Arena.
What this part in the middle?
He points his axe to the middle.
You! Who are these?
And he points to Micah, and he's still talking in common now.
I found them outside and I captured them and brought them inside.
Why?
I thought you might be interested. I don't know what they were doing, but they were being sneaky.
I was not being sneaky. I came here to talk.
Roll a deception check. Whoop.
Who, me?
No, Micah, because she's saying they were being sneaky. You are not
Okay.
lying, so.
16.
All right. So he says,
Sneaking. Wow.
They keep they keep talking about how they wanted to talk to you, and I was like, man, that's really suspicious. People don't usually come in here to talk to you.
No,
So I
that's
brought 'em.
true. All right, let's talk.
And he shoves this guy out of the way, and they bounce into each other. And he just kind of saunters his way into the center here.
What do you got to talk with?
Is he asking about my weapon?
Yeah.
I look back to Micah. I was like, your guard has my talkative item. Very oddly, I say that because I'm assuming that's what he means.
Give it to him.
I'm gonna remove the ropes from Mwanza and hand him his sword.
All right.
And he just kind of, you hear like cracking as he moves his shoulders around and swirls his arms.
Before you like go deeper into this pit to talk with him, I am gonna lean in and be like, do you want help with this, Mwanza? Or do you want me to just let you go at it first?
Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
You see Mazzarello's hand like sparkling behind his back. And he's
Are they all focused on what's happening in this pit right now?
two of them are like rubbing their heads as they just clonked them together. Two of them in the back are watching what's going on in the pit, and the other one over there on the left is also watching what's going on in the pit.
I am going to casually just like reach behind Mozzarella and untie his hands as well.
Okay. You're not gonna need to roll. You can do that.
Okay.
So Mazzarello, you are in the center of the pit, talking.
Mazur. You mean Mwanza?
Wanzarello.
All right. Let's see. If you live, you can talk.
All right.
And he gets his axe ready. Roll initiative.
Well, as I'm stepping into the pit, I'm also going to cast Shield of Faith. So I just want you to be aware of that too.
Okay.
If it cast, did it cast? Oh, data failed. Well, my AC is 22 right now. That it didn't get cast for some reason.
Okay. Well, I'll just remember it's 22. That's fine. All right.
15.
15. All right. So he goes first. And he just saunters over. Like, he is super slow. And he comes over and he swings his axe down at you. And you're able to easily dodge out of the way as it slams into the ground.
Nuts.
We are going to go to combatant view here. And let's see. Sorry, 1 second.
No?
Okay, there we go. Then he makes a second attack. And that one is going to hit you. And it's going to do 13 points of damage. I got it already.
All right.
Okay. Then we are on to your turn.
All right. So I am going to take. Oh, there we go. Now it finally happened. Ooh, that was
Yeah,
weird.
sorry, I forgot to hit the button.
So I'm going to swing my sword right into him while yelling out, I come from Storm Shield seeking passage and to give you warning. And I'm just going to slam my sword right into him.
Warning of what?
Undead. 28 to hit.
That hits. All right.
Ooh. Roll that D4. Was it a natural 20 or no?
No.
Oh, that's sad. I was hoping it was.
No, how do you actually bring... Oh, it's a 19.
Oh.
So...
19
sadly,
damage?
No, a 19 to hit.
Oh, your
So
total to hit
but
was
it's not
19?
Powered up.
Okay, you don't hit then.
What? No. My total to hit was 28. My dice roll was a 19. 'Cause I was seeing,
Okay.
But I don't have the extra bit yet because it's not powered up. I don't think. Upon vanquish, it's upon a vanquishing. All right.
Well, how much
So
damage
I
do you do?
12 damage, but I'm going to do Divine Smite. Attack with this weapon, do 2d6. I'm going to do Divine Smite on him.
Okay.
So will this work this time? Yeah, I get an error every time I go to use Divine Smite. Or any of my spells. I'm getting errors.
Yeah, there's a lot of errors going on here. I don't know what it is. I'll figure it out for next session, but just tell me what you roll.
Hang on. When you hit with a melee weapon, you expend one spell slot to do 2 extra 8d damage plus 1 for each spell level higher than the first, max 5d8. So I'm going to use my second level spell slot and going to drop. That's a d10.
Okay.
3d8s.
Oh my
I'm going
god.
to use my inspiration to reroll that. 10 damage.
Okay. All right. So back to his turn.
Undead!
Countless, a swarm.
Why would you come here to warn me of undead?
And he swings at you. If I can remember how to make an attack roll. Your AC is 20. Oh, actually, Shield of Faith, you have
22.
to roll. That's concentration, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so from the last time he hit you, roll your concentration save. Gotta make sure that stays. And while you're doing that, I'm just gonna roll a second attack, and if it hits,
How
it
do
hits.
I
If
roll
not,
a concentration save?
I believe concentration saving throw.
I don't see a way to actually roll that.
Concentration.
I didn't think that was a thing. I don't see it here.
Of course, that would be not easy to find on DDB. On 1 second.
If you take damage while concentrating spell, you must perform a concentration check. It is DC equal to 10 or half the damage you took. All right. A concentration check is a Constitution saving throw with a DC is equal to 10 or half the damage you took, whatever is greater.
So 10.
So it's 10.
Yeah.
All right. 8. Really? I got a 4+ on that. Wow, these dice are not liking me today.
All right. So the first one then would hit. So of course it went away. So I'm just gonna roll. Oops.
Well, you just dealt damage to me, I see.
Yeah, but he attacks twice. You must attack before rolling damage. Really? Yeah. Okay. It doesn't hit, but it did the first time. So here we go. Normal roll. So you take
I
another
already
10.
took whatever the damage was.
Okay. You took the first one, and then there's the second 10.
Oh, I thought he missed the second time.
Now he hit the first one because you lost your concentration in the first round. So I had to roll another attack roll just to let me roll damage. Okay. So that is his turn. Back to you.
What was the name of that guy again?
Which guy?
The great undead dude that we're fighting.
Oh, Bane.
Bane?
Bane. That's what it is. I said, a great evil bane has resurrected and has swarmed Storm Shield with untold undead.
Good. It doesn't seem like my problem.
Go ahead and roll a
Will be
persuasion
once they
check.
Breach these walls. Boom. 15.
All right. Yeah, that's what he says. And well, it's your turn.
All right. I thought I had potions on me.
He doesn't
greater
seem
one.
to be convinced or care. One or the other.
Yeah, I thought I had a healing potion on me, but I don't see any in my inventory. I think they were on the last system, but
You probably do. I didn't move everything into your inventory. If it's in the group inventory, you can use one. Which it is.
I gotta bring
So.
that up.
You have.
I know I had a high level one.
Yeah, you guys had a level 4 healing potion, 2 level 2s,
Yeah, that's
and
the
9
one I
level
had.
1s.
So
So
I'm
you
gonna
want to use level 4?
Yeah.
I will add one to your sheet so you can use it.
All right.
If I can find where
If
my
it lets
things
me
are.
use it.
It should let you use it. These
Yeah,
I
just let me
actually
use this.
I actually got to work, I think. It should be in your character sheet now. It won't auto apply the healing, but it should tell you the roll.
15.
All right.
So, are you gonna add it or should I?
Yeah, I'll do it. That way, just let me do it. That way we don't accidentally like double.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go.
All right, so I'm gonna smack him one last time with all my might and say it is your problem when the walls come down and we flee and we seek safe passage, and you're more than welcome to either defend, run, or even take Storm Shield for your own.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
29 nat crit.
Ooh. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what, max damage?
Yeah, the second one is max, and it should automatically do that. I set it to do that in the VTT. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna hit. Oh, it says critical. I see that. So critical hit. So it says 16 damage, but I don't see anything stating shows more than that.
so it should
So
be.
D8.
It's 1d8 plus
Okay.
1d10 damage.
Yeah, no, okay, so that sounds right because I rolled a 2. So
Okay, so 16.
yeah. Oh, I know what then I'm gonna swing again. Did I swing twice last turn?
You swung and then you did
Yeah.
smite. I think. I don't know if you attacked twice.
Yeah, I didn't attack twice. I got double attack. That was my stupid. Then I'm gonna use Thunderous Smite. So I used up one last time. So I got 2 spell shots left. No, I used one of these ones. So I got 1 level 2 left. All right, I'm gonna use Divine Smite level 2 again.
Okay.
So that's 3d8. I keep going for the d10s. 9. And then I'm gonna roll my second attack this time before I forget.
Okay. You did 9 damage.
Yep.
Okay. You can do another attack on this turn. That's fine with me.
All right. So this attack, I rolled an 11, so I'm probably not hitting.
11 will not hit.
All right, and then I'll do the one from last time, 14.
Okay. 14 will also not hit.
All right. What was his AC?
His current AC is 21.
All right.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to tell you guys. So if you ask, I'll just tell you because, in case I don't remember. But it started at 25, so it was pretty impressive. Okay, back to his turn. So he's going to hold up his axe and like one of his shoulder plates and one of his leg plates have fallen off onto the ground, which you see has given you some more openings with your attacks, but he is now a little bit more mobile, and he, with his arm that's a little bit more freed up, hoists his axe a little higher, jumps, and then goes to swing it down on your head and says,
We don't care about your undead problem.
and attack. So that's not going to hit. And he's going to make another attack roll. Both of them miss. So as he swings it down, you kind of just dodge out of the way and dodge back from the second one as he picks it up and then tries to swing it back at you. That will be your turn.
I look at him. You could either be the great warlord of your people and lead them to victory over a great foe that will come from you, whether we run or get wiped out. But this is your final chance to be able to do something before they come.
Roll persuasion.
8. Well, I cannot roll anything. Jeesh. Man,
All right. He seems like he's starting to believe you, and he says,
I am a great warlord of my people.
you could be the greatest! I yell out as I swing my sword.
all right. So he looks
Another
at you.
nat 20.
You got a what?
Another nat 20.
Oh, God. All right.
That would be 15 damage to him from that. I won't use smite this time.
You rolled a 1?
No, I did 15 damage.
Well, you rolled a 2 last time, and you did 16.
Yeah, I rolled a 1. Yep.
Oh my God,
That was
okay.
1 slashing damage. So the dice just hate me, dude. Whatever's going on with the dice, man. Nat
That's
20.
usually
Wow.
my problem.
I'm glad I got the crit. Jeez, at least I got some
Yeah.
damage with that. And what was he saying as I hit him?
So he says, I already forgot what he said, but I got to roll in the chat. Hang on.
Oh, nice.
I rolled a crit. Okay. Anyway, so he says,
I don't understand. Where are these undead coming from?
and he swings at you one more time.
Oh no, I still had another swing coming.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were done.
Yeah. You know, no. Well, you said we're starting to speak as I was swinging.
Yeah. Oh, and
So I
as
do
you
my-
hit him, by the way, you knocked off another one of his shoulder plates, so he's
All right.
like more exposed at this point.
So
and
I
his
tell him,
AC is 19 now.
I tell him ancient magic from untold years past. 24 to hit,
Yeah.
not a crit.
Okay.
So then we roll normal, 8 damage in total.
Okay.
And this time I'll do another smite. I'll use my last. I did level 2 that time, so I'll just do a normal level 1.
Okay.
Boom, boom, because that was my 2 level 2 spell slots. Boom, 13 more damage.
Oh boy. All right. So he says to you,
Ruglud is already great warlord.
Be the greatest.
he's gonna attack you one more time. Nope.
I will be the greatest on my own.
And he pulls the axe back up out of the ground, swings it towards you, and he falls to one knee with his axe on the ground. He's breathing heavily. Your turn.
I swing.
All right.
$16 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right. He said, "Listen to me.
Roll
Defeat
persuasion.
the undead and be the greatest." All right. Persuasion. 16 that time.
All right. He doesn't say anything this time. He's just kind of holding his axe, panting on the ground.
I look down at him as I swing this last time and just say, defend the people of Stormfield, allow them to retreat, then gather your forces and you can take Stormshield if you can defeat the undead. And I rolled a 1.
So you go to swing at him and you throw your sword across the room and it hits one of the other orcs in the face. Just kidding. No, you miss, but roll me one last persuasion check.
One last persuasion check.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get something out. Another nat 1. Really? 2 in a row?
What's the total?
7.
7?
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, you manage to swing the sword. You miss, but then you kind of like, as you're saying that, put the sword back in the sheath and reach down, and he grabs your hand and drops his axe. Hang on. Nope. Sorry. Hang on. Go back to this one. So he gets up and he says to you,
All right, fine. You're more than a worthy adversary.
and he chokes up some blood and he says,
If you're afraid of these undead, then I think we all should be.
They are a
I think
great
so.
foe.
and as he says that, Mozzarella goes and he shoots out that thing in the center.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
No,
shit.
No, I'm sorry. No, I was just thinking summoning Maddie, not triggering Maddie to attack. So no, he does not do that. Because I just realized that Maddie's gonna be like,
We're just
okay,
gonna
let me
light this up on
firebomb
fire.
everything.
Let's go.
I'm like, oh no.
So he says to you that, and he says,
All right. What do you need from me?
We need to simply allow our people to pass to the north, and you may go to the south and do as you wish. Gather your forces to get ready to defend or even assault Stormshield. The gates will be laid open there once we leave.
he seems to ponder this for a minute, and he says,
While this conversation is happening, is there any way that I would be able to tell where their treasure room is?
"Oh, it's here. It's right in the back. It's over here. It's just a pile."
Can I just wander over there?
Sure.
Yeah, they're probably more distracted looking at me, so.
The fight is over at this point, so we're out of initiative. You can do your thing. I don't know why I can't end the fight. There we go. Okay, encounter over. Oh, I can distribute loot. That's interesting. Anyway, so he says to you,
The honor of our people demands this.
and he hands you his axe.
I take it. Say, won't you need it in the fight to come?
I'll manage.
And he picks up another one off the ground that's right next to him.
I nod. I take this with honor, then, and respect. That was a mighty fight.
I'm gonna wander back over here and just be like, I think maybe you should go talk to your people about this.
We will
Like,
stand with the people of Sternshield as you move through the land here. And then
yeah, you should go tell your friends outside though, so they know what's
I
going
shall.
on.
And they go to do that.
All of them?
Yes.
Cool.
I'm gonna go with him just to stand outside. So,
All right. So all of you head outside.
Except for me.
Everyone but Micah.
Everyone but Micah.
Hey, boss, it'd be a good idea. Go outside and, like, make sure everyone knows what's up.
Mhm.
All right. Micah, what are you doing?
I am going to pull out that necklace and I'm just gonna flick it to make it spin.
All right.
What does it do?
You flick the necklace. Motion, I apologize. You've been kind of just chilling over there.
We're good.
You flick this necklace, and immediately the world, which is, kind of dark already, but you find yourself instantly transported to this dark sort of mimicry of the room you're in, except it has everything in this room is like rotted and deteriorated, and there is lightning coming from above you. There's no light in here. Everything is only in shades of gray, like black and gray. And you feel yourself like getting weaker by the second.
Okay, can I see this item that Deke was looking for?
Yes, in fact, you see on a table over here. I can't pick it. There it is. There is this glowing green stone with some kind of blue force field around it, and different prongs coming up and attaching themselves that seem to be generating this force field.
Okay, I'm assuming this is not a force field that I can just reach through and grab it.
You can assume that if you'd like to.
Would I be right?
We're gonna have to find out.
I'm just going to attempt to reach through it and grab it.
All right. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
All right. It did not roll it. Hold on, let me refresh.
Okay. You've been in here for 6 seconds, by the way.
That was an 8.
Okay. Your hand burns as you reach through this field, but you're able to grab it and pull your hand free. 12 seconds.
I'm going to stick it in my pocket and then flick the necklace again.
Okay. You flick the necklace and then find yourself immediately back where you were. Everything is back to normal.
I am going to stick that back in my clothes where no one can see it, and then I'm going to leave and follow everyone else.
All right. Bloop. Out we go.
Mazzarello's fireworks display be used to send spell something in the sky saying "come here in peace" or something like that?
No.
For Maddie to see. No,
But
okay.
Maddie is like
worthless.
100 feet away from you. You could just walk.
Alright, I'm gonna tell the orc boss I have to go get my friend on the outside of the city. And our
Fine. Go ahead.
look over. Just know she'll be riding in on something big, so please don't attack it. And I walk over and to get her.
Can I inspect my hand to make sure that there's nothing lingering from that force field?
Your hand is burned and you take 10 points of damage.
Why are you like this?
I forgot. But you got the thing.
But
You didn't
it's
take the
like
damage
it's.
until you realized how bad your hand was damaged.
Is it crispy burnt or is it like some blisters? Is
It's
it black?
blistered. It's not like unusable.
Okay.
Well, you're not gonna lose your hand or anything, but imagine like if you got too close to a fire for a little too long.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't worry, Grimbeard will not get inside you.
Thank God.
Well, no, because he's dead. All right, so Ruglud kind of moves out to the center here, and he looks over the rest of the camp and says, "Gather around the center." And everyone starts to kind of move in. Wanzi, you go get Maddie. So Maddie, you're able to come in with Menry, and all the orcs move in to gather around here.
These
How
outsiders.
long has it been since we came in here?
It's been about 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very quick fight.
These outsiders have bested our best in combat. They've earned our respect. And as such, we will help them.
And he coughs up some more blood.
We'll help them cross the plains. Them and their people.
And you hear some talking amongst the rest of the orcs. And they don't seem like overly thrilled about this, but they're not arguing.
All right.
Maddie's like, you got something right there. That is blood dripping down.
Oh. Are you over here with them, or are you...
Oh, I assumed I was.
Okay, yeah, I just moved you in. I didn't know where you wanted to go. Sorry. So you guys kind of walk over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach over to the boss, and I mean it's not gonna do a lot of healing, but I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him
Okay.
for D8 plus my spell casting modifier, which will be a charisma, so it's gonna be a 3. So D8 plus 3, 5.
Okay, you heal him for 5.
Yeah.
So he looks a little bit better, and he does stop coughing blood. And he says,
Thank you. But don't do that again.
Okay.
All right, you lot. Get ready to move out. We're going to escort the rest of these Stern Shield people across the plains and keep them safe until they get where are you going? What is your plan?
We head to the north, and we're going to build great ships to leave this area. Once we are there, you could choose to stay, or you may go back to your tribe, I guess, and start warning the rest of them to gather your forces, because you'll probably need to protect your families after that.
Yeah, we won't be going with you. Probably.
We won't ask you to stay at the city and defend us there, but if you can get us there, we would have much appreciated.
We'll do at least that, won't we?
and he looks at the rest of the orcs around the camp area, and they're like,
Yeah.
but more orky, but my throat hurts.
Yeah, like I said.
So,
and you could probably distract some of the more ones who won't care as much with tales of how Storm Shield is now open for looting, and they can go do what they wish in there.
We'll see. Bring your
can
people
I-
back through here and we'll join you on your journey.
Can I wander out of this camp and look for Deke where I met him the first time?
yeah, so while they're kind of discussing what's going on with the rest of the orcs, you wander outside of the camp. And when you do, you get a decent amount of way. You get back towards the tree line a little bit, and you hear of course, how'd you do? Did you get it?
I'm going to pull the little stone out of my pocket and be like, what is this? First of all, because ow.
Yeah, I figured if I told you too much, you'd probably chicken out or something. So,
Really?
well, you got it, didn't you? And I appreciate it. And he holds his hand out.
I am not going to hand it over yet. I'm going to be like, what is it?
It's a stone. It's nothing. It doesn't mean anything to you. It's a
What
rock.
does it mean to you?
It's a rock. It is something that is going to help me, and that's all you need to know.
Can I, like, roll to see if I can, like, tell if he's, like, nervous or lying to me?
Yeah, you can roll an insight check.
Okay. Where's insight? There it is. Oh, maybe. Insight? 19.
19. Okay. He's lying. He's nervous.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, I know you're lying to me.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Stop continuing to lie to me, but I'm
Look, very
my arm
good at
hurt.
it. Usually.
Are you?
Well,
Are you? Okay.
You,
Neither here
you
nor
being
there.
good at figuring out if I'm lying doesn't make me any worse at lying. It just makes you better at figuring it out. Now,
Okay.
may I have the rock, please?
I'm gonna give you the rock.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna hand it to him and I'm gonna be like, before you go, also low-key want to know what this necklace is now that I've used it and was like 6 seconds away from whatever terrible thing happens.
Oh, it's a little artifact that I found in the Keeper Soul's castle, okay?
Does he know that you took it? Oh my god. That tracks. You know what? It's fine.
You gave him the stone, right?
Yes,
Okay,
I did.
just making sure, because he wouldn't disappear if you didn't give him the stone.
Imagine if I didn't.
Yeah. All right. So that's how that went.
All right.
I'll just regroup with everybody else and act like I never left.
As you start walking away, you hear pff again. And
God damn it, Deke.
Deke is behind you, and he says, all right. I'm sorry. I owe you a little bit. You did me a big favor. That thing you got there, it's called a mirror locus or something. I read the tag on it. It seemed like it could do what we needed to do. So I snagged it. So, yeah. All right. You good?
Good enough. Thank you. Enjoy your rock that burns.
No, well, it's not the rock that burns. But anyway, bye.
Fuck you, Deke. It's fine. We're fine. My arm will heal. We're just gonna keep moving.
Yep.
Can Maddie notice that Micah stepped away?
You would notice that. I'm not gonna make you roll.
Okay.
I feel like you would be watching me.
Yeah. Based on
Knowing
how
that
much
Deke
you
was around.
constantly mention that you're watching Micah.
Yeah, I feel like I would probably have noticed she disappeared out of like orc form, probably just assuming she's gonna sneak away to transform without causing issue. Is all I would assume.
I would like to transform before I come back, actually.
Okay. So the rest of the orcs, they see you coming back in and they say,
Hey, hold on. Oh, wait, no, we're not supposed to be mean to those. Right, okay. Yeah, come on in.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm with those guys. Nice to meet you. Cool.
Yeah, all right. We're not gonna feed you to Gron today.
What is that, by the way?
Oh, him? He's a pet of ours.
Do you know what kind of animal he is?
It's called a Skyza.
Skyza. That sounds amazing. Okay, I take it he's not friendly.
He's friendly enough to us. Not to your type.
Okay, I'm gonna leave him alone. And I'm gonna go get back with my friends. But thanks for the information.
Yeah, sure. Doesn't really seem to matter anymore anyway.
Fair enough.
all right. So you go meet back up with the rest of the crew. And, yeah. So the rest of the orcs start dispersing after Ruglud has given them the rundown on what's going to be happening here. What would you like to do?
We should probably start heading back since he said he's going to wait here for us.
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah,
he's gonna travel with you and try to keep you a little bit protected from other orcs, or at least, give you some suggestions. But they're gonna wait here for you to get back.
Micah is gonna very quickly remember that she is in a race, and she's gonna start booking it back to the original camp.
All right.
Actually, I'm gonna ask Maddie, can we both get on Menry and fly fast as hell back there?
Are you done being sneaky?
I will tell you about it later. I really want to win. Can
All
we
right,
win?
let's go. Yeah.
I want to win.
What?
Okay.
We'll go.
If they're gonna fly off like that, I'm gonna look at the orc and I'm gonna be like, I'll be back in probably a day's time as I watch them take off.
He nods at you and he says, he just kind of like pounds his chest at you, like a salute.
I salute back and bow to him.
You can tell that you've gained a lot of respect from this orc by, defeating it in combat. All right. So you and Mazzarello have to walk back while Micah and Maddie fly. But you all managed to make it back there in time. You do get there before the other group does.
I was about to ask if I see the other group as they're walking back.
You don't see them. They get there about an hour and a half after you get back, and it's a little bit into the next day. You're all very tired at this point.
As soon as I got back, I would have went to the big tent and started talking to him about exactly everything that happened and what was going on now with that, at least that camp that I had. Then probably just walked over to that couch I saw and just fell asleep.
Okay.
Micah would like to be lounging in a chair somewhere, just like munching on an apple or something, waiting for this dude to come back. What was his name? Cal?
Cal, yeah. So
Are you
Cal,
gonna have Menry in sight, or are you gonna have Micah and Menry kind of hiding someplace? Because if they see Menry, they're gonna know we're back.
Well, no, I want him to know that I'm back before he is.
I'll just
Yeah, but I'm
stand
wondering if you
outside the
want-
tent and just give a little smile.
so as they walk in through the gate, they see Maddie first. And Cal walks in first. He sees you and you just see him.
It's gonna be like,
no.
sup, buddy?
All right.
What took you so long?
Well done. I suppose you beat us back, fair and square.
What was the terms of the agreement again?
Anything they looted, I get.
No, but what exactly did you agree to?
It was
Whoever
whoever.
gets back first.
Yeah.
Back first from doing what, though?
Clearing out the camp.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I
Don't work
think
against
what
me
you
here.
did counts. In fact, I would say earning allies that will help you probably counts for more than just wiping them all out.
Oh, without a doubt.
So Frederick walks in after that, and closely behind him, Fruggle and Frank. And they walk into the tent, and they all kind of nod to you. The only one who really seemed to care about the contest is Cal. And
I mean, ditto. I think I also am the only one who cared.
so Frederick addresses you all and says, all right, so we've managed to deal with the barbarians at the western camp. How did you all fare at the eastern camp?
I am snoring away right now, by the way.
He's just going to be talking to the ones who are awake.
So, really funny story. Technically, we didn't kill them, but they're
Cal
gonna help
perks
us.
up and he says, oh, you couldn't manage to kill them.
Oh, we could manage, but instead, we have allies now.
You have allies with Orc?
Frederick
Allies
kind of
with
raises
orc.
an eyebrow at that.
they're gonna help us get to where we're going. And are they hanging out while we're like building ships? Is that what they said they were gonna do?
They'll choose when they get there, but I asked them to get us at least there.
Okay, at the bare minimum, they're getting us there safely.
Well, I think then your trip was much more successful than ours was. And Frederick kind of like raises an eyebrow at Cal. Cal's like, what? So I throw one shovel at the orc leader. I don't see why there's a problem.
I win, Cal.
Yeah, you did. All right. That deal's the deal. And he opens his bag up onto the table and just shakes it. And out falls a cloak, and a pair of boots, and then finally the clatter of a ring bounces across the table.
I'm gonna pick up the ring and I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, this is all you took, Cal?
Well, the cloak and the boots.
I know. I don't care about the cloak and the boots right now. But I look at him and I'll be like, you only stole 3 items from them? A whole camp, you took 3 items?
Hey, look, those are the only things that were worth anything. And it was very unfortunate elf, apparently.
I'm gonna pick up all 3 items and I'm gonna put them in my bag.
Before you do, he's bound and determined to, because you've insulted him now. And he takes one of the boots and he says, "See, look, these are not nothing." And he takes the boot and he throws it up against one of the wood poles, the tent poles, and it like makes absolutely no noise. See?
You know, Cal, I like you.
I know.
Sometimes you're a little bit of an asshole, and you know what? I think that's okay. I'm gonna take these boots, the cloak, and the ring. And good game. You tried. It was great. You did wonderful.
I love how Micah's just taking all the loot. It's all mine.
I'm fast asleep, so
We're gonna figure out what it is, and then we'll distribute as necessary.
They know at least that the boots and the cloak are a boots of elven kind and a cloak of elven kind, which are cool, and I will tell you about them later. But anyway, all right, and I think that is a good point to leave our session for today. Whew. Good job, everybody.
That was good. I did not expect us to get orcs on our side, but
I didn't either. And the second you said you were gonna fight that guy alone, I was like, oh god, Mwanza's dead.
Honestly, me too, which is why I was like, do you want help or
I just felt it was like just up Mwanza's alley to do the challenge, and this is where I was kind of hoping it would go.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it was that guy was not designed for one-on-one. He had 100 hit points. His AC was 25. He had a multi-attack. Like, you had no business beating that guy by yourself, but you did it. That was something. That was
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
thank you.
Whew.
Sorry for kind of taking over there for a bit, though.
It worked.
No, it was good.
I'm sorry to Maddie, who sat outside for 90% of that.
Sorry, I'm just the other one.
I was gonna try to be like, no, don't do that, but I don't want to tell you what to do because that's the opposite of my job. So,
Hey, I mean, if I gone south, Maddie would have.
yeah, and
Come in
I mean,
clutch,
I thought what was gonna happen was you guys go into the tent and then we would shoot the fireworks off and Maddie would like fly in through the ceiling and then we'd have a big fight. And then Mwanza was just like, nope, I'm gonna be Superman and kill this guy by myself. So, you know?
No, Mwanza wasn't so much about killing, so much as trying to convince the guy.
Yeah.
That that's literally not to beat him, but was to just be like, we talk.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty. I really, but me speaking as GM, really enjoyed that bit. I think that worked out really well. So anyway, all right. So we're gonna head out of here. We're gonna go raid Legends of Avantris, who I think Motion can tell you a teeny bit about after we go through and say, Darth, where can we find you this week?
I am on the app formerly known as Twitter. I am on Instagram. I am on my own TikTok. I am on Ins and Oddities TikTok, which hopefully I will have some clips from this session to put on there.
I did hit the foot pedal once.
Yeah, I saw Motion clipped a couple things too, I think.
Yeah.
I tried.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's where you can find me. Sometimes you will find me with Cheese's wife, Stevie the Dork, on Twitch doing streams. And sometimes you will catch me with Motion doing streams.
And that leads into Powder Hero. Where can we find you this week?
What? Don't you mean? Oh my gosh, now I'm confused.
I like to
Mainly
subvert
just Twitter.
expectations.
Eventually, I do want to at least try and get back to doing one stream a day, but that's going to be probably near into December.
One
and
stream a
then
day?
On a what? No, a week at least.
Okay.
Including not including this, so it'll be like 2. Maybe I'll do another one, but we'll see how things go by then. Then what do you call a dinosaur made of cheese?
Motion, where can we find you this week?
Gorgonzola.
Oh, God.
Zilla. Gorgonzilla.
We love it.
I like it.
Yeah, that was good.
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, everywhere at Motion Chickness. I'll be live tomorrow for some FPS games, and then that'll be it for the weekend. I think. Very entertaining. I don't know. Hi. Words just got really hard for some reason.
What is English? I don't know.
Whirl.
There, just now?
The other one.
I love it.
Fantastic.
I like that it works.
So what I
Oh,
like
God,
is
Whirl.
I see exclamation point for Darth, right? Then it looks like Whirl just posted mine up. I don't see an exclamation point for it. So it looks like Whirl just copied and pasted it. Then he does the other one for you. It's like he's doing something different for everyone. Don't we have a fourth person that's not here right now that we should probably like plug a little bit?
We did a little bit because Darth mentioned
Cheese.
Stevie.
Oh, okay.
Cheese,
But-
who you can find on Twitter as unholy_cheese, because I remember his handle and he doesn't.
Thank God, because I don't remember
Somebody else
anyone's
would, that's why I
handles.
was saying that.
But yeah, and then his wife streams at Stevie the Dork at twitch.tv, whatever the link is. I forget. Anyway, there's streams from his wife and he's on Twitter.
Yes. And Blue Sky.
And Blue
Also-
Sky.
Also,
Yes.
Oh,
I
I
have
think that's
3 Blue
everyone.
Sky
There's no one
codes
else,
if anyone
right?
needs one.
No one else we need to worry about
Codes for
tonight, right?
days.
Oh, yeah.
Well, is
nope.
there anyone else we need to worry about? We gotta get a plug for out there.
Nope.
Jesse!
Oh,
No.
that's right, Jesse.
I
Ah.
You can find him on
see.
I
Twitter.
hate that guy.
And over on his other channel. Look at the.
Well, I don't really stream much on my. I did one stream on my other channel. Maybe I'll do another one at some point. But yeah,
Do
you
it.
can find me on Twitter mostly, or in our Discord, or on Blue Sky sometimes. All right,
Join the Discord.
join the Discord. Diddle the Dingler. Thank you, everybody. It was an awesome session tonight. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. We're gonna go say hi to Legends of Avantris now.
They're celebrating their Kickstarter, their super successful Kickstarter for a new 5e folk horror. 5e,
nice.
it looks right up our alley. It looks really good.
Oh,
So-
wait. I think I know what this is, and I think I
Yeah,
wanted
the
to back
Crooked
it.
Moon. It looks good. I would love to do it. I would love to.
Do we have a rate
No.
message?
Yeah, we do. We have about 2 seconds to put that out there. All right. Well, everyone go say hi. We're going to go over there. Thank you again. We'll see you. Oh, we're all in with the clutch raid message.
That's just exclamation mark raid. Why did I think it was harder than that? Wow.
All right. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
And